This is Mike Ogletree under the radar with Anacoustic Mind, episode 7. And we're still in New York. And in this episode, I'll be giving you a bit of a sneak preview into the new CD, which is becoming a prequel to New Gold Dream 81, 82, 83, 84. This is the 2011 segment. I'll also be inviting you into my little world of Black Scott Productions. Black Scott Productions, which is the identity that I use when I book my gigs or I talk to people about money and things like that. So it's like my business ID is called Black Scott Productions. And you'll see how I developed a logo using Facebook and lots of fun things, but most exciting of all for me is the chance to let you hear some of the tracks on New Gold Dream 81, 82, 83, 84, 2011 acoustic versions of the great songs in that album.
6:25 in the morning, when I have this weekend job where I record over the weekend, Saturdays and Sundays sometimes, and I get the 9 to 5 at the coffee store, so the only time left to do any work on Anacoustic Mind is at 6:15 in the morning on a Sunday thing. But it's exciting, there's a lot happening. Anyway, this is Black Scott HQ, Black Scott Productions. That's my production company. Use that as a identity to book gigs and communicate with people about money and business and things like that. This is basically where I stay in touch with people and where I do all my work and everything like that. You can see I have Skype here, and Skype allows me to stay in touch with people all over the world. And also on here, of course, is the internet. Really exciting thing for me happened over the last few days when I've been struggling over the logo, the colour, the lettering, the design and everything. I'm going to use Facebook as a survey tool. I got a great idea from my friend Glenn Allardyce up in Canada. He came up with this idea to use the guitar as an I instead of the I in the word mind. Just great, you know, contributions from everybody, people all over the world. Murray Nix in Glasgow, Jeff Stash here in New York, people in Italy. Just great. It was a team effort and it was done by the fans. I think it's this new energy that's going around the planet because, who is it? Foo Fighters are now doing a series of gigs in people's garages. New York Dolls were at Best Buy in Union Square last week doing a sign up. So the fans are determining the quality and the location and the quantity of their entertainment. Anyway, here's the progression. I kind of started out with trying to combine the A and the N of Anacoustic into an M, which would mirror or combine, you know, visually with the M of Mind, somehow making it all look wonderful, but it didn't work. People could read it. Friend Glenn Allardyce up in Canada sent me an idea, instead of the letter I, using the guitar, which I think looks really cool. Another friend suggested it would look nicer on red. Red was better, you know, that has red in it, it's a kind of yellowy red. So that got surveyed. The A and the M, they look too 70s, you know, flower power and all that. And the spacing of the letters, the font wasn't right. So we searched the internet for a free font and found this. It's called Alexandra. I kept the same colour, everything, just went with a new font. Spacing is nice. Maybe I'll space it out a little bit more, but that's basically it. That's what we all got, guys. An acoustic means without sound, no sound. Peaceful mind, if you like, a mind that is ready to have sound, welcoming sound, because it is without sound. That is Anacoustic Mind.
All along the way to the New Gold Dream, she is your friend until the oceans break. And when you dream, dreaming the dream with me. And when we'll dreaming a little dream.
Now I imagine that you might be thinking, there's Mike, he's living in New York, he's going to the theatre, he's going to the movies, he's going to concerts, he's having such a great time. Well, you're absolutely right, I am. But in addition to that, I've worked my ass off. But in Scotland, we used to say when I was a wee boy, I've worked my bahookie off. So I'd just like to invite any of our Scottish friends to chip in on this word bahookie. It might be native just to Ayrshire, or just to Kilmarnock, or just to Onthank, which is where I was brought up. But I'm working my bahookie off here in New York. And as you know, I'm working on New Gold Dream. But what I would like to do now is just to give you a flavour of how the thing is turning out in terms of arrangements, because I've concentrated a little bit more on the vocals on this particular project. This is a little snippet of King is White. Still rough.
Talking by the pool of light, language from America. She puts on a film of him. King is white and in the crowd they are not a melting pot.
That's Catherine.
Say no tapestry. She puts on a film of him. King is white and in the crowd.
Catherine.
She takes his hand and she says you'll stay. She's lost in the crowd.
King, wire them up, wire them up, wire them up, wire them up. The life and times, the art and talk.
Yeah.
Wire them up, wire them up, wire them up, wire them up. The life and times, the art and talk.
That's a little taste of King is White. I've just been recording vocals. But this is Someone Somewhere in Summertime. It's a little bit different, but you know, it gives you an idea of where I'm going with this.
Somewhere in summertime, moments burn.
Slow vocals are a bit too loud.
Soul burning golden nights.
Take the low vocals down.
Once more, see city lights holding candles
A bit better.
to the flame.
Check this out.
Brilliant days. Wake up on brilliant days. Shadows of brilliant ways will change me all the time.
Gives you an idea, right? So that's Someone Somewhere in Summertime. And you have been watching Under the Radar with Anacoustic Mind. That's me, Mike Ogletree. And I hope you enjoyed listening to those Anacoustic Mind versions of the New Gold Dream album 81, 82, 83, 84. Now the 2011 segment is coming your way. I'm calling it a prequel because it's kind of how I would imagine the songs could have been written had they been written on an acoustic guitar. So there's a lot more to come on that. It's going to be pretty exciting actually. And that'll be set for release sometime between now and July, because in July I'm coming over to the UK for the Rewind festivals. There's one at Scone Palace up in Scotland round about the 31st of July, and then they're going to repeat it at Henley-on-Thames down just outside London on the 19th of August. So that's 2 dates that'll be played, and that's with Fiction Factory. Remember them from Feels Like Heaven fame? Well, that was the other band that I played with, and they're getting together for those two festivals. It's a reunion of all the
80s bands, you know, from that era, all the Nick Kershaw and Toya and Haircut 100 and Human League. And it's going to be a hoot, so we're really looking forward to that. But before that, there's a lot happening here in New York. Next couple of weeks we're going to see the start of Scotland Week in New York, and I'll be heavily involved with that, particularly with the children from Shawlands Academy up in Glasgow, and they're coming over. They're going to be marching up 6th Avenue, and I'll be leading them off with Flower of Scotland and Ye Banks Embrace or Bonnie Doon. We'll be singing that as we march up 6th Avenue. And then of course I'll be going down to the British Memorial Gardens down in Hanover Square in Lower Manhattan and doing a little tribute down there to Robert Burns and the music of Scotland. Doing a few gigs around the city. There's a Cayley on Friday the 8th with the New York Caledonian Club. So it's just a great time's going to be had here during Scotland Week. And then of course I've got the 95 that I've got to keep on doing, and I've got to keep on mixing this album, and I've got to keep on making these videos, because hey, there's so much to do, there's so much to tell that we're just going to be inundated with content that I can put up on my website and stuff that I can give you guys a little bit of flavour of how the whole thing's going to develop until we get to Spoon and Henley in August. So, this is Mike Ogletree. I'll be signing off for now, and I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and remember to stay tuned for Under the Radar with Anacoustic Mind. Bye.
Promises, 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 I promised you